No way he just said this, as if Buckeye fans thought this rivalry couldn't get even bigger. Joel Klatt explains why this is one of the most important rivalry games in the history of the game. And we got to break it all down. What's up, guys? I'm Matt Long. Welcome to Columbus Football 365. If you're an Ohio State football fan, please hit that subscribe button. Only 5.9% of viewers are subscribed to the channel. So please, if you want to help me out, hit that subscribe button. But getting into the news for today, coming from Scarlet and Game, Joel Klatt believes that the Ohio State football versus Michigan will be the most intense game ever. While talking on his show, The Joel Klatt Show, Klatt said that he believes we are experiencing the greatest moment in the rivalry's history. We are experiencing the greatest moment in this rivalry, maybe ever, and everything is on the line, Klatt said. For Ohio State, they don't have one player that has beaten Michigan. And for Michigan, they don't have a single player who has lost to Ohio State. We are sitting here watching this game where Michigan needs a win to go on to the playoff, and Ohio State needs a win to go compete for a Big Ten championship. Now, this game, the game is always the most important regular season matchup for Ohio State. But Joel Klatt has correctly pointed out that we need to win this matchup against Michigan to secure our spot in the Big Ten championship game. Should we drop this week, we would be out of the Big Ten championship game and likely playing on week 1 of the college football playoff and not earning that first round bye, although it would be possible that we could still be in the top 4. Not gonna project that out right now. Right now, we got to talk about how we're going to make sure we win this game. Everyone knows and remembers last season, we roll into our home stadium and we're beaten by a significantly worse Michigan team. We would go on to win the national championship, but that is not, that's great, but losing to Michigan is not something that should have happened last season when we brought in the number 1 recruit in the country in Jeremiah Smith, the number 1 guy in the transfer portal in Carnell Tate, and had one of, if not the best team in the entire country. Losing to Michigan last season was something that absolutely could not happen. Joel Klatt also pointed out the fact that no one on this Ohio State roster has beaten Michigan. We are on I'm not even gonna say the number, we're on a losing streak right now. Every single time Ohio State beats Michigan, the players on that team earn gold pants. And right now, Caden Curry came out last week and said, no one on this team has gold pants, and none of the seniors had gold pants. And that's something that needs to change. And we absolutely agree with Caden Curry. I say we because every single Ohio State fan better agree with Caden Curry. This trend of losing versus the team up north absolutely has to stop. Last season, the team looked better on paper with, the names of the players were better players, but this year it certainly looks like Ohio State has an even better team. If we look at what the odds are looking like, currently odds makers have Ohio State installed as a 10-point favorite, expecting the Buckeyes to walk away with a relatively easy win at Michigan. This time going up north to the Big House, where we're going to have to figure out how we are going to scheme up an upset, or not even an upset win, but it feels like upset's definitely the wrong word, but we got to figure out a way to make true freshman quarterback Bryce Underwood uncomfortable and have to figure out a way to end the streak. I've been talking to Michigan fans all day. For whatever reason, they feel like they're going to win again. And what annoys me is there is nothing that I can say today that is not stuff that I told them last year, and then they won last year. But this game, there's going to be a whole lot of mudslinging this week. A whole lot of things are going to be said about who's going to win this game. A lot of trash talk is going to be being said because that's the way it goes, and that's how it really should be going. But it's going to come down to what happens on the field. Bryce Underwood is the quarterback for Michigan, an extremely talented true freshman. He has a fantastic arm, can throw from a bunch of different arm angles, can throw the ball really, really far, and has tremendous velocity when throwing intermediate passes as well. However, he is still a true freshman, someone who is able to make mistakes if we are able to change the picture on him defensively. We just got to stick to the game plan defensively. Our defensive coordinator, Matt Patricia, has to show him one thing pre-snap and then change it into something else post-snap, something that we've been doing all season and is one of the biggest reasons why Ohio State currently has the #1 ranked defense in points allowed and yards allowed per game. We're going to continue to change up the looks that we're giving quarterbacks, and you have to imagine that it's going to be able to fool Bryce Underwood at least 1 or 2 times, leading to interceptions, which are going to be monumental in this game. Michigan, they want to run the ball down our throats. It's really what their MO is every single season. The last couple of years, their pass game has been really struggling, but for whatever reason, in this game, they've just made the plays that needed to be made. Last season, it felt like Ohio State was holding some things back schematically for the playoffs, as evidenced by the fact that we were struggling to score versus Michigan, and then we rolled into Tennessee, Oregon, and just absolutely beat the brakes off of them. Ryan Day has to open up the playbook a little bit this time around. We really got to make sure that for our seniors that have never gotten a win versus the team up north, we have to give them a win. We have to find a way to give them a win, even if it means putting some of our extra tricks on film for other teams for the college football playoff. We're going to have time. Beat Michigan, we're going to have multiple weeks to prepare more things offensively and defensively, schematically, to put things together for whoever is going to be our first matchup in the playoffs. Because even should we lose versus Michigan, we would still be in the college football playoff. We just have to be in the top 10 rankings, which we would definitely be if we are right now #1 and then lose to a team that is also ranked. So don't worry about falling all the way out of the rankings. This is a game for pride, #1, and then 2, it's a game for seeding in the college football playoff. And if we win this game, just like Joel Klatt said, we can hold Michigan completely out of the playoffs. Right now, they're not even really on the bubble of the playoffs, but if we allow them to add a victory over the #1 ranked team in the country to their resume, that could be enough to put the Wolverines in the playoffs, which they would probably get destroyed in round 1 of the playoffs because they are not on the level of the other teams that are going to be making the playoffs. And for, I can't say whatever reason they play us tougher. I think everyone watching this video knows why they play us tougher, but they are, maybe they bring the same energy versus whoever they match up with in the playoffs should they upset us and make it there. But I really feel like this is a bridge that we would cross when we get to it. On paper, again, just like last year, I don't want to talk about last year at all because we really, on paper, so much better than Michigan was last year. And then for whatever reason, it didn't translate to the field. Jack Sawyer made that awesome play about making that interception on our own goal line. And I just really don't understand how the victory wasn't made last season. But we remember the one thing about last season, the bad blood on the field afterwards. The flag planting was pretty entertaining when it came to rivalry weekend last season. We remember how Michigan behaved themselves after upsetting us on our home turf. It's time to go up to the team up north, go up to the big house, and show them what we are made of. Revenge isn't supposed to be the motivator when you're the #1 team in the country, but it feels like this Ohio State team has revenge on their minds. No wins against Michigan in the last 4 seasons. That has to change, and it starts today. It starts today by committing fully to preparing and doing absolutely everything you possibly can to get your body mentally and physically prepared for this game. And I absolutely cannot wait to see how this thing goes down. College football game day is going to be on campus at the team up north, and it should be an extremely, extremely, extremely entertaining game. Don't have to worry about our seniors not getting a win versus Michigan or Michigan winning another game because we are bringing the house and we are getting back on track in this rivalry and getting right back on top where we are supposed to be. But that's what I got for this video. If you stuck around this long, I appreciate you taking the time to watch it all the way through. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and go Buckeyes.